Hello everyone, welcome back to Stock Market Meridian. Today is 4th August 2026 and you are watching today's pre-market report. Let's begin with global markets. Starting with the US markets, all the major indices closed with strong gains and US index futures are also currently trading in the positive zone. Moving to the European markets, only the FTSE 100 index closed slightly in the red, while all the remaining major European indices ended the session with positive momentum. Now looking at the Asian markets, Japan, China and South Korea are all trading in the green. So overall, global market sentiment remains positive today. Now let's move to commodities. US WTI crude oil is currently trading around $79 to $81 per barrel, while Brent crude oil is trading near $86 to $88 per barrel. On Friday, Indian crude oil futures ended the session with a sharp decline of nearly 5.4%, while natural gas futures closed with gains of around 0.6%. In the precious metals segment, Indian gold futures closed lower by around 0.3%, while international gold futures are currently trading in the positive zone. Similarly, Indian silver futures ended about 0.2% lower, whereas international silver futures are trading in the green. Now let's check the ADR data. Yesterday, there were no negative ADRs. All the major ADRs, including Wipro, Infosys, Dr. Reddy's Laboratories, ICICI Bank, HDFC Bank, and Reliance Industries closed in the green. Overall, the ADR data indicates strong positive momentum for the Indian markets. Now moving to the FII and DII data. Yesterday, FIIs were net buyers of 922 rupees, while DIIs were also net buyers of 1522 rupees. This means that institutional activity remained positive, which is another encouraging sign for today's market. Now let's check the economic calendar. Yesterday, India's S&P manufacturing PMI for July came in below both the previous reading and market expectations. On the other hand, from the United States, both the S&P manufacturing PMI and ISM manufacturing PMI for July came in better than the previous readings and also exceeded market expectations, indicating continued strength in the US manufacturing sector. Today, the market will closely watch the US job openings JOLTS data, and tomorrow will be an important day for global markets. The key events include RBI interest rate decision, India services PMI for July, US ADP non-farm employment change, US services PMI, US ISM non-manufacturing PMI, US crude oil inventories data. These events could significantly impact market sentiment over the next two trading sessions. Before moving further, a quick reminder. I upload pre-market reports every morning before the market opens and post-market reports every evening after the market closes. So if you don't want to miss important market updates, make sure you stay connected with Stock Market Meridian. Now coming to the geopolitical updates, President Donald Trump shared important updates regarding the ongoing Middle East negotiations, while also criticizing high retail fuel prices. According to Trump, Phase 1 of the negotiations focuses on the immediate reopening of the Strait of Hormuz, while Phase 2 is centered on Iran's denuclearization. He also mentioned that the Gulf nations have requested one final opportunity for negotiations, calling it Iran's last chance to reach an agreement before possible military action. Trump further stated that the United States will not allow Iran to charge any transit fees or tolls for ships passing through the Strait of Hormuz. He also criticized major oil companies such as Exxon and Chevron, accusing them of making excessive profits due to supply shortages and urging them to reduce retail fuel prices. In another Middle East development, Hamas announced that it is waiting for a formal response from mediators and remains committed to the second phase of the ceasefire agreement. Now let's move to the company quarterly results update. First, Torrent Pharma. Revenue improved on both a year-on-year and quarter-on-quarter basis. However, EBITDA and net profit improved strongly on a quarterly basis, but declined compared to last year. Margins also remained weak. Overall, Torrent Pharma's results were weak. Next, Piramal Pharma. Revenue, EBITDA and margins improved on a year-on-year basis, but declined quarter-on-quarter. Additionally, the company's net loss increased again compared to the previous quarter. Overall, Piramal Pharma's results were weak. Next, KEI Industries. All major earnings parameters improved strongly on a year-on-year basis. On a quarter-on-quarter basis, earnings declined due to seasonal factors, which was largely expected. The positive takeaway was that margins showed strong improvement. Overall, KEI Industries delivered good results. Next, Thomas Cook. The company's numbers declined on a year-on-year basis, but improved quarter-on-quarter basis. Although the quarterly improvement is positive, the market generally gives more importance to year-on-year performance. Overall, Thomas Cook Cook's results were weak. Next, Texmaco Rail and Engineering. The company reported another weak set of numbers. Net profit improved on a year-on-year basis, while margins improved on both year-on-year and quarter-on-quarter basis. However, most of the remaining financial parameters declined sharply. Overall, Texmaco Rail and Engineering posted weak results. Finally, Borosil Scientific. The company reported a profit this year compared to a loss in the previous year. Revenue, EBITDA, and margins improved on a year-on-year basis, but declined on a quarter-on-quarter basis. Overall, Borosil Scientific's results were just okay. Now coming to Gift Nifty. Yesterday, Gift Nifty closed at the 24,665 level, and today it opened at around the 24,610 level. So it is indicating a muted to slightly gap-down opening for the Indian markets today. And that's all for today's pre-market report. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Stock Market Meridian. I'll see you again this evening with today's post-market report. Thank you for watching. Signing off, Jai Hind.